Welcome back to Colecandoo. In the last episode, I demonstrated how to use data merge to move a graphic to a precise point using the Chartwell Bars font to move the graphic. In this episode, I will reveal the technique for swapping the paragraph based on the results in the database. Once again, this example is created using only InDesign for the layout and Excel for the data. No third-party database plugins were used to create this example. There are no links apart from the database itself, and no images have been linked to the database. So without further ado, let's find out how this was accomplished. Firstly, the text that is changing is not one text frame, but 7 text frames stacked one on top of the other. To make this easier to see, let's have a look at the text frames separately. I've made this file to explain the solution a little more easily. I've listed the text frames from 0 to 6. And there are 2 columns of text frames. One appears to have no text in the text frames, while the other does. If I colour the text frames on the left, there is actually text already in the frames. If I select some type, I can see that the type has no fill or stroke applied to it. Now let's turn our attention to the text frames that we can see. And you will notice that each line of the text frame has the words trigger in chevrons, indicating there is a data merge field called trigger. Also notice that each text box has unique contents and that the type isn't simply repeated. When data merge is turned on, notice that the trigger field is turned into a number, and that on the left-hand text frames, only the text frame next to the same number is now visible. So what's happening here? To be clear, the type in the right-hand column is exactly the same content as the type in the left-hand column. The point of difference is the type in the left-hand column has grep styles applied to the paragraph styles. When we look at the style, notice that the type has no fill or stroke assigned to it. This on and off appearance is controlled within the paragraph style using grep styles. Notice there are 2 character styles that are toggled using grep styles. One is called readable, and it will assign this style only when the line begins with a 5. The other style is called not readable, and it will assign this style only to the start of a line and the number 5. Also notice that the not readable grep style is further down the list than the readable style. This is because grep styles that appear further down the list can override grep styles that were assigned higher up the list. In this case, the grep style is literally saying hide the number 5 at the start of the line. If we look at the character style called readable, the only part of the style that has been changed is the colour, and it's assigned black. If we now look at the character style called not readable, the only items that have been changed there is a negative tracking of 100, and it's been given a 1% width. So what is literally happening here is that the type in the text field will only be assigned a black fill when the text at the start of the line is number 5. So why isn't the text in all the other text boxes turning black as well? That is because each text frame has a different paragraph style assigned to it, with different sets of grep styles assigned for each paragraph style. Looking at the paragraph style associated with this text frame, we can see that the grep style will activate if the number 3 is visible. However, because the line starts with a different number, the grep style is not activated, meaning the text remains blank. Based on that principle, the text in textframe 1 will be visible if the number in the trigger field is 1. The text in textframe 2 will be visible if the number in the trigger field is 2, and so on. To give the impression that only one text frame is being changed, they are all stacked one on top of the other. So how were the trigger numbers assigned? They were assigned in the original Microsoft Excel database using formulas. Writing Excel formulas is a topic too large to tackle in one video, but there are plenty of resources online to help you write the formula that will work for you. Thankfully, the header was far easier. So that the type appearance changes depending on the severity of the blood pressure, the type uses one paragraph style that has several grep styles applied based on the possible answers that can be given from the database. To make the frame grow with the type, the text frame uses the auto size frame options to make the width of the text frame change based on the amount of type in the text frame. The shadow was a bit different as it isn't a drop shadow, but a text box with a segment removed from the bottom. In this instance, the auto size is slightly different, but the outcome is the same. So that both text boxes maintain roughly the same shape, the same text and paragraph style is assigned to both text boxes. That's it for the video. You can get in touch with me via Twitter at Colecandoo, check out the blog colecandoo.com, and see my articles at InDesignSecrets.com, as well as all of the usual terrific content. Till we meet again, I'll see you later.